Welcome back to Tu-Vie Podcast, your TV movie entertainment needs podcast. I am your host, James, and sitting with me, as always, is Colin. How you doing, bud? You drinking water out of a beer mug?
Yeah, we're doing dishes right now.
Okay. Yeah, that's nice. How you doing, dude? How you doing, bud?
I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good.
Still settling in
Can you
from the
hear?
move?
Can you? Oh, yeah, of course. Can you hear the dishwasher in the background?
Not a single, not a decibel worth.
Then everything is going pretty well.
Yeah, sounds good. And a new guest today, this dog.
It's me, Cameron. I've been turned into a dog.
The
An
90s was
old lady
pretty
knocked
scary
on
with
my
their dog.
door and asked for sugar, and I told her to off. And turns out she was a witch.
Really
Now
Beauty
I'm
and
a
the
dog.
Beast style, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also, who just carries sugar?
you're
Like,
in a house.
yeah, but I'm a college student. I don't know where that shit is.
That's what you probably bought to eat because it's cheap.
This
No,
is
I
fun.
I, I eat quesadillas.
Oh, he's back
I recovered.
with a frowny face tattoo. That's new.
Oh, it's not a tattoo. It's just Sharpie.
Oh, we all did that. That should be your first tattoo. Just those little things.
Is
So
everything all
like,
right?
how you doing today? And then just raise the hand and well, that looks bad. Never
I'm
mind. We're gonna
living.
get right into it. So this week, keeping up with the writers' trend, we're gonna be doing David Fincher movies. That's why I have his background. We already got the 7 jokes out of the way, so we're done. Uh,
Oh, I'm gonna keep coming.
I'm sure. Yeah, I know. We'll
Everything
find
that
out what's
comes
on the
to
box.
head.
Yeah,
We're in for a
it's
long
too.
hour, folks.
Yeah, I
Yep.
could tell. How was your 17 and a half hour shift in one word?
Ended up being 19.
And
Long,
long. Okay, that's fair.
but I don't know if you guys saw the Mizzou game.
I did not.
So good. It's been so long since something good has happened in Mizzou football.
I have nothing to contribute to this conversation.
I got genuine. I have
Like
less than that.
we won on a walk-off 61-yard field goal, the longest.
Oh, was that the guy that kicked
SEC.
it?
Yeah, it
Oh,
was, and it was against the number 15 team in the nation. It
well,
was
what's your guys' number?
we weren't ranked.
Oh, okay, my
How
bad.
many people do you think unsubscribe to this channel after hearing this?
I doubt the number that we had currently.
Sports talk is blasphemy, I guess. My bad.
No, sports talk is for someone else that we know. But we're gonna get into David Fincher. So first thing I'm gonna have you guys do, I want you guys, like we did for Michael Bay, I want you guys to guess his top 4. So what he's like is known for, his top 4 known for.
Okay.
4. So Colin, you want to kick it off?
I know that. Okay. One of them being Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
7.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Gone Girl.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say Fight Club because I know Fight Club bombed at the box office.
But he's still known for it. This is not all
Oh,
success. These are just known for us.
oh, known for it? Fight Club.
Okay. Cameron, what do you got?
7, Fight Club, Gone Girl, Social Network.
Okay.
Oh
Cameron was
shit.
closest.
Social
3 out of
Network.
4. Cameron's closest through 3 out of 4. So it is 7, Zodiac, Gone Girl, Social Network. I think a lot of us forgot that he did Zodiac, the Robert Downey Jr., Jake Gyllenhaal Zodiac killer movie.
Never forget about
That
it. I
is,
just don't think.
it's a very good movie. If you guys haven't seen it, it for me has personally the creepiest like opening to a movie because I've never felt more like uneasy with a movie. With Zodiac, it starts off nice and cutesy and then it gets weird. But yeah, fantastic movies. Really, really good movies. He has going to the writing credits. He has 3 writing credits, and they are. Let me pull it back up. I hate IMDb sometimes. It is for 3 shorts, 3 short movies. It's the Beat the Devil, Ticker, and The Hire. So they're none of his actual known movies.
They're the music videos, right?
No, I think they're just like original concept, like short films.
Oh, okay. Because I knew that he had I mean, he did a lot of music videos, but also NFL like commercials. He was
He
a
did a
really
lot of
big
music videos. You are
guy.
right.
Yeah. And I mean, he had a pretty, because from the short documentaries I watched on YouTube about David Fincher, because I did my homework, was that he he kind of changed. I don't want to say changed, like, it was groundbreaking, defining, but like he did a lot of music video and commercial concepts that are either still used or talked about to this day, but they don't bring up David Fincher. They just bring up you know, whatever it was about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you. That does make sense. I think a lot of David Fincher movies have like a specific style, and we were all talking about it. And the style is rain. It's always raining.
I'd say he's known for like his steely like color palette and his just like
Mhm.
very exacting and robotic kind of
Yeah,
like
a lot of his
very
filmmaking,
precise.
it's very dark, very dark.
Yes, it's so dark. It's like I mean, the Cameron's your review of Seven on Letterbox was like they need to make more gritty, disgusting looking
No, just
sets.
like casually gross.
That was it. I think though you're 100% right because I think with Seven, like there you feel both uncomfortable of watching the movie and seeing how he like puts you in the actual scene by making the scene gross. Like you know what I'm saying? It's like it almost feels a little too real, a
Yeah.
little too real. Which
You also watch that movie as well, and you sort of realize how much of Seven had an influence on the Batman.
Oh,
oh
100%.
the Batman
Easy.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Like it's strangely good. And just want to call that out. Andrew Kevin Walker is the writer for Seven. So even though David Fincher is the director, I want to make sure that the writer gets his credit. And first movie, which was very shocking for me, was Aliens 3 or Aliens Cubed.
That was
Apparently,
his
that's how
first
it's written.
movie.
I don't know why it's Aliens Cubed. It's like
It was
or
the
Alien
90s. It was fashionable.
Algebra was all the craze in the 90s.
There we go.
Who was written by Dan O'Bannon, Ronald Shusett, and Vincent Ward, who are the famous writers for Alien Cubed. I'm only calling it that from now on because I think it's funny how even like how much you put Alien 3, it makes it say the cube thing. But
Make it Alien 9?
like why couldn't they make the E the 3? You know, go the whole like Artemis thing from Ready Player One.
Yeah.
I don't know, creativity. Where were
Yeah.
we? But I've been hearing that Aliens Cubed or Alien Cubed is like the least strongest one of the franchise. I didn't think it was that bad, and there's worse
Uh,
ones.
Alien 3 is just like a mean movie. It's just
It's
like
it's very different than the first
it's
two.
just like
I feel like it became Spider-Man 3 after a few years of like, everyone taking it all in and appreciating it a little bit better. I don't know if you guys get that. All right, hold
See, that dog disagrees completely. He was about ready to fight you. I don't know whose dog that was.
on.
Was that
That,
yours?
yeah, that's me and my brothers. All right.
Yeah, but dude, your dog just changed form.
Oh my
I have
God.
two dogs.
I know, Cameron. It was supposed. Never mind. For audio listeners, go watch the video because there's very cute dogs on the screen, and that one that Cameron's holding is
Yep. No.
the other one's off
Hold on.
screen. The other one
Hold on.
on screen that's barking is on my list. I will get that dog one day.
Lay down. Lay down.
Colin going.
It's a very dog episode this
These are
week.
the dog days of Tu-Vie podcast. I mean, really.
Yeah.
So
I
you
feel
guys
like-
got three ready.
Reference.
Okay,
Huh?
so let me just add on real quickly before you guys hate me for my views. I do not think that Alien 3 is a perfect movie, but
Oh,
I also had to put it into perspective because I know a lot about the behind the scenes because David Fincher and everybody else was weird about, them coming together because the old Alien crew, including the actress who played Ripley, I forget her name. Please
Sigourney
forgive.
Weaver.
Yeah, no, like that. Her and everybody else felt weird about having a different director come on, but him being very fresh, and it's a whole other cluster,
Was
whatever you
James
call it.
Cameron wasn't the first two. He only did the second one. It was Ridley
Yeah,
Scott that did the first one.
it
Okay.
was Ridley Scott, James Cameron, and David Fincher. But I also don't
Like
think that
15 years in between.
yeah,
Yeah, really weird gap.
very
Super
weird.
weird gap. With like you said, 15 years. Yeah. What's your stance on the movie that you think we're going to disagree with? Because so far we're all in agreement.
I don't think it's terrible, but I
Yeah.
also see it as like David Fincher, tapping, like tapping his toe in the water because
Yeah.
that was his first feature length. And, everybody, I can't fault him for that because it also isn't like the worst thing ever that you've ever seen. It just is
No, that's
not.
Aliens Resurrections.
It's not, yeah, it's not like, but it
Eh.
also isn't the worst thing out of the Alien saga if you're including Alien versus Predator. You know what I'm saying?
Well, or even if you include like Prometheus in that whole thing about that interweaving timeline thing.
James,
But you're right, it is not the worst thing ever.
I
That's
don't
The
want to
Flash.
get into it with you that much, but I don't think Prometheus is terrible.
No, we're not saying
I
Prometheus is bad. We're just saying there are worse things in that franchise if you include the Prometheus
I
stuff.
understood. I thought you were saying that,
No,
like,
no, I hear no,
not the
I hear
worst
it now.
ever. There's
No,
Prometheus.
Prometheus is artistically beautiful. It's so cool.
All right, that's cool. All right, I thought I was about to fight you for the next 40
That's a
minutes.
different day. We'll do that when you're coming over.
All right.
Cameron?
I do think another important thing to say about Alien 3 is that David Fincher does not consider it to be one of his movies. He has famously disowned it and said that the studio was far too meddling in it and it's not even his.
I will agree. I think if he were to actually make his own Alien movie, it would be far more scarier than the little CGI looking thing at random moments in the movie. It was a big sore thumb out there, but it was also like you said, like what 94 when it came out, 93,
something like that. But like, I think it's weird because like the movie still does have like a lot of things that make it feel Fincher. Like it's very like baby Fincher. Like he doesn't really like.
That sounds cute. Little baby Fincher.
Little baby Fincher.
Little
Also,
Fincher.
I think he worked on Return of the Jedi. I could be.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I'm looking up in the 1980s real quick.
All right, 1992 is when Alien 3 came out. That was going to bother me for the rest of the podcast.
No, I just found that out too. Thank you, Cameron. No, his first thing was Rick Springfield's Bop to You
That
Drop
was
from
me.
1984.
He was a camera operator.
Oh, sorry. I think you meant like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
You know that. That's neat. Neato. Look at David Fincher starting from way from the 80s.
Yeah.
Way to go. So yeah, it's definitely very much baby Fincher. Out of his movies that he did direct, even though a lot of those, the three he did right, what was the first ones for you guys? Because for me, I watched a bit of Gone Girl, but as you probably saw in our group chat, very new to me. Gone Girl was new.
I've
And
seen Gone Girl a lot.
yeah, it's a shocking. By the way, who would have thought Ben Affleck? Like, whoa, caught me off guard.
I mean, Ben Affleck has always been a good actor, but
That's not what I was talking about, Colin.
Oh yeah, I know it.
That is not what I was talking about.
What
It is a more personal. His dog.
Wang,
Yeah.
massive Wang.
It was a trout. It was a Colin.
It was a trunk.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I thought it was like like when you see something out of the corner of your eye, you just think it's like a shadow and whatever. I saw that and I just brushed by and I'm like, was that really what I thought it was?
X with Kid Cudi.
Oh yeah,
The silhouette.
yeah.
I am so lost.
Wild. Colin, Ben Affleck has his own Batterwang. Okay, that's what he's got.
But
you know that comic book panel?
Are you talking about that shower scene?
Yes.
That other.
Yeah, his wife. You know that scene? You know, like that comic book cutout of Batman, and we all saw like the shadow of it, like from
y'all
7 years ago.
Because I didn't see it that well. I guess.
What do you mean you didn't see it that way? You couldn't either see it or you could not see it. It was out in the open. It was like a third forearm.
I don't know why I'm so sad that I'm not a part of this.
Oh, rewatch Gone Girl to that scene. It's
because I know Gone
bananas.
Girl that well, but I've never noticed that.
We are 3 minutes into Ben Affleck's discourse. We gotta move on.
Of course. Okay, so this
I
new
feel
movie's
very
coming out.
off.
His new movie's coming out very soon. The trailer for it released not too long ago. Looks fantastic. I'm excited for it. But he does have a total of 94. Sorry, he has 95 director credits, 61 is music videos, 12 are feature films, 9 are TV episodes, and 13 are short/videos. I had to do all that math. That was a lot of counting that night. So David Fincher, where does he kind of like rank for you guys on like what he inspired? Of course, is fantastic. Like Colin said, a lot of it was seen from the Batman. I think there's been a lot of more like grittiness in movies now because of it, like with Seven.
I mean, it's very interesting because like Seven, like infamously, like in production was like a movie that no studio wanted to touch. It was like so dark and like evil. Like I think multiple actors read the script and was like, this is like evil shit. And then like New Line makes it. It's their biggest movie at the time before like Lord of the Rings and stuff, like biggest budget wise. And then after that, like it's such a massive hit that like
I mean, everyone knows the
the
line.
studio
What's
is
in the
like,
box?
we need to do make another Seven. Like the writer of Seven, he like wrote a sequel to Seven
Called Eight.
Oh, really?
called Eight, which eventually got turned into the movie 8mm with Nicolas Cage.
No shot. Really?
It's yep. And it's not a sequel then, but it was originally intended to be,
Wow.
which is interesting. But
Was it going to be with the same characters from the original Seven? Because
it
when I
was
was
going to be like Somerset gets another case.
oh man, because when I was watching Seven the other night, for the umpteenth time, I was thinking to myself, you could definitely have like a prequel sequel, but have it be from John Doe's eyes of like him committing these murders.
I never
But
want to know anything about him.
but you shaking your head, I was yeah, obviously I was
Well,
like,
no,
that
but like a Summersmith one.
fascinating to think about.
Well, no,
What
like a prequel to Morgan Freeman's character would be kind of cool, seeing all the other kind of crimes he did. Now, look, I'm not saying this is needed. I'm just saying if they were to do something, I hope it's something because he talks about how he's like this city's broken. It's
Yeah.
gross and disgusting. It's like,
The
well,
line
what
at
have
the
you
end.
seen?
Like the world is a beautiful and wonderful place and it's worth fighting for. I agree with the second part. Like
Yeah. And piggybacking off
Goddamn.
that, favorite movies, Colin, favorite movie of his, go.
Fight Club, all the way, Fight
I
Club.
thought you were gonna say that. I already knew the answer. Cameron.
Social Network.
That's a good one. For me, I gotta go with Seven. I think
Okay. Yeah. I'm kind of happy we all have a different favorite David Fincher movie.
yeah. And by the way, what age were you guys at when you realized that Alexander Scott was it Scott who did the twins in the Social Network?
Army Hammer.
Army
Yeah.
Hammer, thank you. When did you realize he wasn't a twin? Because I thought he was a twin.
See, I knew him as a kid from the dumb Lone Ranger movie. Like I was like, that's the Lone Ranger. I was like,
What was the last time you guys watched that movie?
I
The Lone
never
Ranger?
seen all of it.
The Lone
I
Ranger.
don't think
So you
I
never
ever
saw all of it.
watched
We're
it.
watching that soon.
I just wanted. I had the Disney Infinity character, and I was like, this guy's so
Yeah. He was a Disney. No, he was not only a Disney Infinity character, he had his own expansion.
He
Yeah,
did. He had his
his
own
own
world.
robot.
Yeah, you had his own entire world. It was a third person shooter as well. That Disney
I feel like we can all do it. I think we can do a whole episode over Disney Infinity, which I think
Oh,
we
I would love to do that.
well because hey, that
I would
ties in
love to do
with
that.
next month when I lose you both with Yuri Lowenthal. So it's gonna
Oh.
we'll set it up.
next month with Yuri Lowenthal.
Well, it's gonna tie in with next
Okay.
month and him because there's a certain Pew Spider game. I'm gonna lose you guys
Okay.
next month, so I gotta start recording things now so I
Oh.
can post it out then.
Yep.
Just so I can just go through the list of David Fincher movies ranked from 11 to 1. 11, we all thought Aliens Cubed. Number 10, Girl with a Dragon Tattoo.
No, Mank.
That's, I really thought would have been higher than a lot of these. Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Sad movie. I did watch that though. Panic Room at 8. The Game, 7.
Underrated.
The Game? I didn't get to
Panic
watch
Room.
that one. Oh, Panic
Panic
Room.
Room is good.
Didn't get to watch that one. Colin was talking a lot about it because he knew of it. Number 6 is Mank. Never
Yeah,
watched
no,
that, but apparently Cameron hates it.
Like, I don't hate it. It's just not good. It's just boring.
Okay.
It's very sweet because it's like this love letter to his dad because his dad wrote the movie. Like, actually, that was the movie he was intending to make immediately after Alien 3,
Oh,
but he ended up making 7.
yeah.
Colin's favorite 5 Club at number 5. Sorry, just want to get that out. Oh.
It's very difficult for me to judge that movie because there's a lot of technical and filmmaking aspects of that movie that really are impressive.
Yeah.
But in David and all due respect to David Fincher and his father and that script, because it is very special how that movie came out, because I mean, whose son wouldn't? I mean, it's really special for a son to make their father's script into a reality.
Yeah.
But if you were to compare that to the rest of David Fincher's movies, it seems weird. It seems
it's definitely out there.
It's very out of place.
Yeah, I
very
completely
pretty,
agree.
I love a good black and white movie.
They need to make a little more of those. I rewatched Logan in the noir and chrome. So good. Gone Girl at number 4, Social Network at number 3, Zodiac at number 2, and number 1, 7. I think Dragon Tattoo, although it's a very intense movie, should not be number 10. I think that's just a little low. A little much. Yeah, a little low. Question for you guys, because we got this. Who is the best detective or detective pair? So I had you guys been thinking about this for a while. You can either answer both or you can pick one. So we're going to start with Colin because I feel like it's got the easy answer, and it better not be Batman. Well, okay. Well, explain away.
I was going to say Batman and Robin.
Okay. See, I thought the same thing too. I thought that, but I went a little different.
I had a backup.
Then what's your backup?
Yes. Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson in True Detective.
Was it like Lock and Heart, right?
As much as I love that first season and I've seen it twice, I'm terrible with names.
I think it's Lock and Heart. I'll correct it later. Cameron, what's your answer?
I feel like it's cheating. It's Holmes and Watson, man.
Ah, that was going to be my choice for the best pair. Yeah,
they've lasted the test of time. Like,
well, hold on. Which version?
Any version.
Well, if
I
you pick
Holmes
one,
and Watson.
pick one your favorite.
They transcend like versions.
I get that, but if you had to pick one,
and RDJ and that guy from Captain Marvel.
Yeah, so Jude Law and RDJ, that was mine. That was my choice.
Yeah, I have a sweet spot for the Benedict Cumberbatch Martin Freeman version.
That was a really good show.
Like, it has not like aged well. Like, it just seems kind of corny now.
Well, I mean, it's still a great pair though. So that answer,
they
by the way,
work very well together.
They got stupid.
Just like chemistry. It's like very clearly early 2010s,
Yeah. All the stuff on the BBC from now is just it's different times then. For me though, since you did Watson and Holmes, I did Detective Benoit Blanc as my detective choice.
Wait, pair who?
I said detective or detective pair.
Okay. I guess you could consider Marta or Janelle Monáe.
You could say Marta Cabrera, or then you can also do Janelle Monáe's character.
Andy, I think that was her name.
Also, I want to point out that I picked my favorite detective pair. I'm not counting on my pick to save the world or anything like that. But
like Batman from the Arkham games, Batman. Did you do real detective work there?
Yeah. Oh, that would have been a great pick.
The Arkham Origins detective moments were my favorite.
James, how your editing?
Not that great, Colin. We're gonna move along from that. So Darren Aronofsky, we all know this man, very famous director. His new movie, it's called something.
The Whale Part 2.
I don't know. I did recently watch The Bigger Whale. So it's being played strictly in that dome in Las Vegas. That dome. which is only being premiering there. And he posted on his Instagram story the 1 petabyte storage level that cost $1.5 million. I'm gonna throw it here. It is equal to 1,000 terabytes in storage for the movie, because the thing's like 85 feet. Because I don't know what the dome's height really is, and like I said, it's on the biggest screen on Earth, which is that dome. And if we go, we have to get front row tickets.
It's playing in Texas.
No, it's in Vegas.
Oh, we can go
in Vegas. We can go to Vegas. Yeah, we'll go just for the Darren Aronofsky movie. Definitely after whenever all this WJ stuff happens.
I saw a clip of it. It just looks like one of those movies that play at like a museum.
It does. It looks so bad.
It doesn't look good.
Yeah, no. 100% kidding. I'm not spending any money on that dome thing. I will actually spend money.
Planet Earth documentary. Like,
I'm kind of
no way.
I was banking on the fact that we would all go travel.
Well, we can go to Vegas for something else, but there's no way I'm actually going to go see something. Yeah, we can go to Vegas and recreate The Hangover. But what I'm trying to say is we're definitely not seeing that Darren Aronofsky movie in this, like Cameron said, the Marvel Experience dome thingy.
You guys are cowards.
Like a planet. I'm not seeing a planetarium of elephants. It's not really worth the money, Colin. Plus, that's probably going to be an expensive ticket. So,
yeah,
we don't have money. So, ignoring all that,
yeah. I'm pretty.
Did you guys?
Poor.
It's not a good Vegas. You know what we could actually do? We could buy the tickets, save whatever money we have left, and then go gamble it in Vegas and triple it, but then lose it all immediately.
I didn't want to gamble. I don't know. I just wanted to leave you guys on a roof somewhere, and then like for 24 hours try to figure out where you were.
I will 100% go dress as Zach Galifianakis, so I can go down the staircase like.
Cameron was going to say something. What were you going to say?
What is it?
99% of gamblers quit right before they hit it big.
And there's 3 of us, so we got a higher chance of getting something.
We could be that 0.1%.
We could just own the house.
Losing and losing and losing until we win.
That's story of my life.
You guys
times 100
animals we can sell?
No. You can sell Cameron's dogs.
Cameron, how much you love that? Okay, never mind.
Did you hear that reaction?
Yeah,
no, it's like family. Times 100 next generation of stars.
That being said, we can totally sell my sister.
No.
Oh shit.
She got a book. She can fetch a nice price.
My God.
She was on TV.
Yeah, published authors go for a lot.
Okay, Cameron. Moving on to this times 100 next generation stars list. I've been trying 3 times. So there are some people. I'm not naming all 100. There are just some people I will name that these people are considering to be the next bigger stars. So Julio Torres, he wrote for a few years on SNL. He did a voice on Nimona, and he also did Problemista. He was a writer there. Maya Hawke, who we all know from Stranger Things as Robin, and she was a cameo in Asteroid City.
And product of Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman.
I thought I'd ignore that, the whole nepotism baby, and let her stand on her own. But yes, that is
important.
Wait, hold on.
Important.
What's the definition of nepotism?
Having rich and or famous parents who help you get things.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's like the Hollywood way of saying connections.
Pretty dumb. I'm pretty dumb.
It's all good. Bella Ramsey, who we know as Ellie from The Last of Us, and a big Bella Ramsey fan in the back. I don't remember her character from Game of Thrones, but I know she was in season 6 and 7, or just 7.
7 and 8. She was Lyanna Mormont, little Lyanna.
I just started season 8, so I'm inching there.
She's the little girl who's like.
No, I know. I just don't remember her name. I don't know. I'm not that far in season 8, so I just know 6, 7.
Oh man!
But I was counting on you.
She gets a good moment.
She's genuinely so good in that show. Who we all know from the news recently, Rachel Zegler from, as of right now, still Snow White. West Side Story, Shazam 2.
Bullying her. She's done nothing wrong. She's right. You do not care about Snow White. Be so serious. Frankly, no one cares. They're just bullying this woman for no reason.
They have gone far. I haven't frankly been keeping up with it because I don't much care for the movie.
I don't watch part 2. Dude,
I don't even think it's really her fault as well
it's
because
the
I mean,
writers. That's what
whatever,
everyone should.
yeah, whatever material she's talking about towards the movie, and I'm only saying this because I've only seen a little bit of what
I've
you
seen
know
like
she
one video.
said. It's more than like it's Disney's really it's Disney's fault because they're doing all of these unnecessary like reboots and everything like that. She's more or less just doing her job promoting the movie,
Yeah.
regardless of it
She shouldn't be
being
though.
or not.
She shouldn't be
But
promoting it.
that's just my surface level opinion, and that's all I really have to
No,
say.
I get it.
All those statements she said that had people pissed were about the movie were at D23 a year ago.
Oh.
And then
Oh.
she made recent statements about it in the context of picketing. She was like, every second that I'm streamed as Snow White, I should get residuals for it, which she should. And people were like, she's so entitled. And it's like,
Well,
whoa.
I've been seeing that one, and I never got that one. I just really, like I said, I haven't been paying attention. I saw one video. I'm like, okay. So I didn't really get it. I feel like though the hate, like you said, it's Brie Larson part 2, Cameron. Yeah, unnecessary hate towards her and Brie Larson as well. Don't get it either.
Yeah.
Continuing, Rami Youssef, who we know from the show Rami. What was that?
Love that guy.
Great show.
He's good.
And then he's also going to be in the new movie with Emma Stone, Poor Things. Tyler James Williams, who I think everyone has known for a while. He did Abbott Elementary.
Everyone hates him.
Everyone hates him in that great show. Everybody hates Chris. And then he was in Dear White People. Don't remember his name in Abbott Elementary, but all I know is that he has, I think, the better like turn face than Jim Halpert from The Office. He's got a way better like what's that called?
Like breaking the fourth wall, like
I guess kind of thing, like looking at the camera kind of thing. Yeah. Stephanie Shu from Everything Everywhere All at Once, Ms. Maisel, The Path, Joyride,
and the SpongeBob musical.
There's wait, hold on. There's
she played Karen the computer.
Really?
Look it up.
No shot. Yes, Colin, there was a SpongeBob musical.
My sister was in it in high school. I say that like she's not still in high school. She is still in actually, she's auditioning for her school musical right now.
When did that come out? Came out in 2018. Wow.
Yeah. It's actually not bad.
It's way better than the Shrek musical.
I'll tell you that. Other drama. I don't know. Speaking of the SpongeBob musical, the guy who played SpongeBob in that, I'm sure you've heard about this.
Yeah, I have. I don't know if Colin has.
So this guy, he was on Broadway. He's married to his high school sweetheart. They have a kid. He got cast in Wicked. Anyway, he's left his wife to be with Ariana Grande.
And Ariana Grande left her husband too.
Yeah.
For SpongeBob.
For SpongeBob.
Yeah, and you look up Ethan Slater. Dude's a goofy looking guy. Dude is like like the SpongeBob casting people did a good job. He looks like a cartoon character. He looks like a dweeb. He looks like he runs the chess club.
He looks like Ron Weasley's stunt double.
Yeah, like I want to shove him in a locker, and I am on a movie podcast right now. Like,
he looks like the annoying hall monitor you'd run into while you're taking a piss in between periods.
Dude looks like a narc. Dude
he looks like a narc.
I'm talking.
He is the kind of guy who goes to a party and fills the solo cup up with water, you know?
Like, this is a man that would haunt my dreams.
Is my sleep paralysis demon. He is like an off-brand vampire from Twilight.
This is who I would cast for the Leprechaun reboot.
I'm pretty sure that guy was in Luck of the Irish, right? That Disney Channel movie that came out a few years ago.
Yeah, he was the leprechaun.
He was the leprechaun. He was a stand-in double.
God.
Oh my gosh.
You need to leave this man alone. But also, he did a bad thing.
For 4 seconds. I don't know if you can see. I'm crying.
We're going to
my kidneys almost shut down. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. Okay, moving on from all that. I can't wait to listen to that when I'm editing. So in that list, there was I didn't read the whole list, but the ones they did post out, they left out some I think pretty big names. I didn't read the full list, and hopefully they're on here. But maybe it's times 100 people. I don't know. But it says all these different people. I'm very surprised they didn't include everybody from bodies, bodies, bodies. That's excluding what is going on. What are your dogs doing? Well, it's just a dog.
Yeah.
You got to keep that cuteness level up. We got to keep the viewers entertained in the meanwhile.
Sensory.
Yeah, smart movement. Like I said, I don't know if they included Io Edebri. Is that her name? Io Edebri.
Io Edebri.
Edebri is a fantastic actress. Maria Baklova, Amanda Steinberg. Huh?
Rachel Sennett. Molly Gordon.
Yeah, Rachel Sennett. That was literally the next one I had. And then Mahala Harold and Sui Wonders. Pretty much everybody from Bodies that is not Pete Davidson and Rhoda the Accuser. What?
Lee Pace.
Lee Pace, thank you. Those people were, hopefully, if they're on the list, and I'll take this whole thing back. But also just because I think she's delightful.
Like 40.
I know they should. I'm just saying, like everybody from Bodies that isn't Pete Davidson and Lee Pace from that movie needs to be on that list. If they are, then it's on me. But I was saying also included because she's just delightful. America Ferrera from the Barbie movie, Superstore, Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, Ugly Betty. She's I think underappreciated.
She's already a star, man.
I think, but I don't think she's talked about enough in conversations where she needs to be talked to.
She has a wonderful time.
Absolutely, she's delightful. Do you know who we're talking about, Colin? Or
did she play Ugly Betty?
She was Miss Betty.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Okay. Yeah, I get both of y'all's point of views because she is a star in the context of like when Ugly Betty was like popping off and everything like that. Because that's around that era is when I really knew of her, not the actress's name, but just person, the face, everything like that. But also, I do think she isn't necessarily talked about as much because she didn't have that too many of roles for people to really. This is probably the only time I've ever really heard about her in years.
She did that Superstore show that was pretty popular for a while, but then it just kind of tanked out.
I knew of Superstore, but that was kind of a show that like my family would put on in the background and I wouldn't really pay attention to.
And you're fine. I didn't find much from it. But again, America Ferrera is just absolutely delightful. And I think she killed it in the Barbie movie. Big thing that happened last week, we talked about it briefly in episode 19, is the D23. Big stuff happened. A lot of stuff that Cameron's excited for. Cameron's more excited about.
See the park news today.
What happened today? Oh, the bear?
Yeah.
So a bear somehow got into the property of Magic Kingdom and kind of knowing
chilling in a tree.
Was he really just in a tree?
Yeah.
A bear got on property and they shut down pretty much the whole, if you're looking at like from the if you're looking at the castle, the whole left side of the park was just shut down.
Was this Florida's park or California?
Yeah, this is Disney World. It's Florida. So Magic Kingdom.
Amazing.
You're looking at the castle, the whole left side of the park. No one's allowed in because they had to go hunt that bear down.
I love Florida. I really do.
It's so good. And the thing is that they got the bear. No one's harmed. The bear isn't harmed either. They didn't like kill it or anything. But it's just like wild to hear that sentence go down and kind of knowing how the like sausage gets made and knowing all the routes to take, for everything.
I just know the people working at Pecos Bills were just enjoying the time off.
I don't think it's that hard to be a bear and get in. It's not that hard. If you, really think about it, it's not that hard.
Yeah, no.
I mean, bears can climb trees, so there's a lot of help there.
As a bear, he would just have to pretend to be a statue when
like they're trying to clock in, guys. He had a jamboree to get to.
I was gonna say he's really hating the Country Bear remake.
Man, that's amazing, and I'm glad they. What are they gonna do with the bear now?
They're just gonna remove it off proper. They're just gonna move it away back into the forest.
They had like some.
So the bear's gonna go back to his homies and be like, "Dude,
guys, we can do this with more.
We can take them over."
He was the scout.
It was like a bear standing paw to paw in front of the castle.
Ooh, in the Magic Kingdom.
Can you imagine like wildlife animals, gators included, raccoons, squirrels, just like a rumble in the ground and just a horde of them, like that scene in
Prison
Jumanji.
Break from Animal Kingdom.
I'd be okay if they
Yeah.
invaded. I really would be okay if they invaded. Like if their first, experiences to society is in Disney World, I'd be okay. I'd be okay.
It's wild. So that's the more updated stuff. But pretty much everything I'm going to be announcing, and there's a lot. It's going to be taking place at various points over the next decade. So buckle up. As of September 10th, there will be hosting meet and greets for the Journey into Imagination, where Ralph and Vanellope will be for Figment. He's there now.
Who has fallen over multiple times.
He's fallen twice, and they did remodeling of that trail so he would stop all the falling over. Thank God. But it was kind of funny. Not for the guy, for Figment, just because.
I don't know. It was kind of funny for the guy too.
I don't know, Colin. If you haven't seen that, I'll send it to you.
No, I know what it is. I just think you're too nice.
I am. It's Mr. Optimistic over here, and Mr. Realism on the left. The tropical Americas, meaning like regions of north and south of the equator, we're here in the Western Hemisphere. The northern part of South America, stretching up to Central America, will be replacing Cameron's favorite spot in Animal Kingdom, Dinoland, USA.
Excited. Death to Dinoland.
Death to Dinoland, USA.
I want to be the first person to take a sledgehammer to Aladar.
Hey, no. Don't you dare hurt my boy Aladar.
Guess what? He's going away.
I will buy that dinosaur.
Second extinction. Let's go.
I will buy that actual figure standing outside the building. I will bid on that. No problem.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Watch
no so that's going to be
past connections.
It probably it'll probably be there. So the dinosaur ride will be replaced by an Indiana Jones ride, and Encanto Casita will be included there. And on top of that, a new show based on Zootopia will be replacing the worst thing ever imaginable. It's Tough to Be a Bug.
Yeah, we talked about that last week, didn't we?
We did. So that's just kind of coming back. Expansion of What's Behind Big Thunder Mountain is still going on. So
cool.
There's that. Nothing.
Just
genuinely,
the Villains Land. The Villains Land idea is so rad.
Yeah, I think that's exactly. Isn't that what's going to be behind it? It's where all the villains go and everything.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So hopefully
that'd be pretty cool.
That'd be really cool.
You know what I want in the expanding behind Thunder Mountain? Give me an original ride. Don't base it off an IP.
It's gonna be really hard. You're asking for the impossible.
It's not gonna happen, but I can dream.
A girl can dream. The new Avenger Campus Multiverse ride has gotten an update. It will be taking recruits and heroes from across the multiverse using Wakanda, Nova Corps, and Stark Tech. This will be a mix of screen and physical track attractions. So Cameron was like, it's going to be a screen ride for the longest time. And now it's not.
It's both.
We're gonna take a trip. Guys, we're going to take a trip to that ride.
And Avengers Campus is pretty sick. They just opened up their new store, which is where the Quinjet, the HQ is, the bottom part. They opened it up now, and it's pretty much like the wonders of the Nova Corps thing, and then the Avengers HQ thing, and the Avengers Downtown Disney.
I'm ready to starve.
That's it.
I'm ready to starve myself.
It's just genuinely
go there.
It's so fun. The Epcot Play Pavilion. Remember that whole construction thing in between Mission Space and the Guardians of the Galaxy ride is on pause. They're not doing that anymore.
What?
Not doing that.
Say.
No. Moana just opened up. She's doing meet and greets. Magic Kingdom. This is something I'm actually excited for. They're adding a Pirates of the Caribbean bar.
Rad.
That's cool.
That's so cool. They're adding to the lore of the ride, whatever that means. But pretty much that's going to be going on. I cannot wait to get yo-hoed while drinking. I hope out of a wooden mug.
Give me a Dole Whip with rum in it.
Oh. I gotta make that. That actually sounds good. Ahsoka will now be a part of Star Tours starting spring in Hollywood Studios, Disneyland, and Paris, arriving at the same time with Hera and Chopper at the place too. So that's gonna be kind of cool. Seeing all the Ahsoka locations. A bunch of other stuff you guys can find out. So I'm gonna leave that link in the description. So I'm excited for this new stuff. There's a lot of good stuff that I'm excited for.
I wish we got that Mary Poppins ride.
It wasn't Oh, that was gonna be the one in the UK pavilion, wasn't it?
They were gonna build the entire neighborhood.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of what they did a little bit of that in the garden area.
Fuck.
Bless you. They did a little bit of that in the garden area.
That was always there.
Was it always like that, or they? I feel like a little retheming was done.
Yeah, it was
No,
always there.
well, I only saw it the one time we were working there. So,
Mm.
yeah, Colin, save up your money. We're gonna be making a lot of big trips.
Yeah.
Vegas, we got Disneyland.
Yeah, Vegas, just to go to Vegas. Screw that Darren Aronofsky movie. I'm not looking forward to that movie.
I still want to make that happen. I still want to make that happen. I mean,
you guys can definitely go. I just refuse to watch anything from an amusement park screen. I just sent you guys both.
Whale was a great motion picture for all families and friends to go and children.
Great movie. I watched that recently. It's stupid good. I just sent you guys a link. So this is genuinely not important to what anything we're talking about. But in 2022, a PGA Tour at the Pebble Beach, Bill Murray hit a no-look backwards putt and then wiped the back of his head as if he were wiping his eyes. I'm gonna play it here.
Something's gonna happen. Always makes a highlight for us at 12. You watch this. Go on. Of course it's going in. Of course it is. Boom. It's Bill Murray.
What a man.
It is easily, I think, and golf's kind of a cool sport, but that is easily the coolest thing I think I've seen Bill Murray do. I wanted to share that here because there's a dog.
I'm gonna be sad when he dies. I really am.
My dog?
What the do you think I'm talking about?
He'll never die. Don't listen to him, Bailey.
James is gone now.
Fear in his voice. My dog?
That's my guy. My buddy.
My gosh. Colin, you could have said that at a worse time.
I was just watching the video. I was like, oh, he sent it. And then you're narrating.
So funny. I don't know why that was so funny. No, Colin. No. I like how Cameron's been showing off his dog every now and then for the recording. It's fun. Wait, what's his dog's name? Bailey?
It's Bailey.
Oh, I was right.
Really nice dog.
Never get dog names right. Colin, you may be actually excited for this. Another big update in the news is that Insomniac has moved away from the Spider-Man game and is now going to focus all its attention
I heard about
on
that.
the Wolverine game. How are you guys feeling about the
it.
Spider-Man game?
Okay, so you know what, Cameron? Actually, I talk about the Spider-Man game all the time, and I actually have never heard you talk about it. So I want you to take over for a change
Talk about it on our group chat.
Yeah, but not on the show.
Oh.
I'm very excited. It looks great. I'm excited to see the new suits. I'm excited to
Play as Bully Maguire.
web wings look sick. Just like
How do you feel about the whole lizard update? Did you guys see that gameplay?
Yeah.
Yeah. He
Looks good.
Just like everything about it looks like such a massive step up. And I'm thrilled. I love the first game. I love Miles Morales. Like I played Miles Morales more than I should have, just because I like swinging around in it.
That's okay.
He's got better swing
That's
tricks.
okay, yeah.
Just like I'll like put on some music, take an edible, and then just swing around a lot. Just like
Take a what? Cameron, we didn't pick
Don't
that
worry
up.
about that. We're good.
no, yeah.
Yeah.
Just like playing games.
Play the
We're
Dominic
drunk.
Fike song. What was it, Mona Lisa? You ever play that one while you ever listen to that while you're
That's a good
swinging?
one. I need to like make like a playlist focused on swing. I'm gonna do that after this.
That's a great idea. And
I'm
frankly,
gonna put on The Game by David Fincher, and I'm just gonna create a playlist.
what do you need? You know what? Actually, I was gonna wait for the end to talk about this. I'm gonna talk about it now. Colin, the other day, me and him about a week ago, went to go work out, and then I was like, "Hey, bring your headphones if you want to, listen to music and whatever." So we're doing this workout about an hour and a half, not even an hour and a half, sorry, it's about an hour long, and about halfway into it, I'm like, "Hey, what are you listening to?" Because you're like super still, like he's doing the thing, but whenever he's not working out, he's just like looking at the floor. I'm like, "You good, man?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm listening to Pain and Gain."
The movie?
Yeah, not the soundtrack, the movie. And I don't know if you heard it from last time, but whenever in episode 19 we were talking about it, he goes, that movie made me want to work out.
I wanted to work out watching that movie.
And so he has used that. He watched about 40 minutes of the movie in his pocket.
Yeah.
So while we were like doing the bench press,
being like, you gotta work harder to win. Like
he is the doer, not a don'ter.
And then you just hear Tony Shalhoub scream a lot.
In like the beginning of our workout, we're like stretching out and everything, and in his ears, he's hearing like, "My name is Danny Lugo, and I believe in fitness." And he's like doing all stretches.
Yeah,
I didn't know that, and so for the rest of the workout, where I just know that he's listening to Pain and Gain while we're doing all of this.
I have a few movies like that I put on in the background, even at work. Back in my old location I used to be at. When I was like cleaning and I had time to just listen to my headphones, I would be listening to David Fincher's Fight Club. Like I have a select few group of movies where it also works as like something you can put on in the background and you would understand what's going on. And
I'm like that
Pain and Gain infected us. I feel like all equally
severely.
Yeah, it really it made an impact on all of us.
It's like it's scary good.
It's kind of similar, but like I put on Zodiac sometimes when I want to go to sleep, not because I think it's a movie that'll make like bore me to sleep, but just like people being so good at their jobs, and like I've seen it so many times.
Yeah,
it's just like, oh wow, they're really good. Man, I wanted to go catch them.
And Zodiac was your pick for your favorite David Fincher movie, right? I forget.
No, it was Social Network.
Hard
to fall asleep to the Social Network. The dialogue is so
it's so hype. It's very fast paced, and like
so
Zodiac is like a comfort, like you fall asleep while you're sick movie.
Justin Timberlake's best role.
It's like a blanket.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
Andrew Garfield's most fun role, I think, outside of Spider-Man.
Yeah, Social Network. Yeah. That movie.
I mean, also was it the knock knock tick tock tick 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 boom tick tock tick tick boom
tick tock boom. Jesus,
gosh, I'm off. I feel like I'm like my grandpa. He's like, hey, you watch them TikToks?
You watching the tactics?
Watch them Tic Tacs?
Let's do a dance.
Yeah, you guys have to remind me to block your numbers after this.
Okay. Yeah. Good luck coming back on the show then. So this one's okay. This was so dumb. I had to bring it up here. Werewolf by Night, the amazing thing that happened in phase 4 last year is now going to be in full color on Hulu October 20th.
What are those blood scenes going to look like?
Why?
I'm very interested because like from the pictures I've seen, it looks like they haven't just like flipped the color back on, but like much like how they colored movies in the past, they've like manually re-added the color.
Yeah,
which
it looked
I
like
think
they did
is
Technicolor over it.
Pretty rad, actually.
Kind of. But I'm thinking that like at the same time, same day actually, I'm going to be pitching my new ideas, which is Citizen Kane in color, a re-release of Age of Ultron, but include the Vision Dong. In Oppenheimer, have Subway Surfers playing at the bottom half of the screen. Because I feel like, if we have in color Werewolf by Night, we got to have those 3 things out there in the world. I don't know if you are aware about the Vision Dong, Cameron. Do you know about that?
I am, sadly.
Yeah, that was a weird day calling.
Unfortunately, everybody that worked on Age of Ultron knew about the Vision Dawn.
I feel like a lot of people know about it. If you guys don't know about it,
they were in the trenches.
Remember 10 years ago when Joss Whedon was like the savior of comic book film? How time flies.
Yeah, just right before 2017, we all had, we all liked him. We all liked him.
I enjoyed Firefly quite a bit.
Age of Ultron was like, he missed. It's okay.
Swing and a miss, strike 2.
And then Justice League strikes 2 and 3. It was bad. It was a baseball straight to the skull. It was like, he is dead.
Absolutely horrendous. Has he done it, guys? Do you guys know this? Has he done anything ever since then?
He's been in a lot of news articles, I'll tell you that, but not willingly.
Justice League came out, he was going to do Batgirl.
He's been trying to do Batgirl and
forever. That's why he did Justice League, I think.
Yeah.
And then like articles
Bad
started
move.
coming out about how he's a sex pest and awful.
Terrible.
And now he's gone.
Yeah, I haven't heard his name uttered in the wind for years now. Actually, one of the episodes we did on Tu-Vie way long ago, back in season 1, was over Joss Whedon. Do you remember that, Colin? Way long ago.
Season are we? I feel
Yeah.
Ah.
Do you remember that,
Yeah,
Colin? I'll try and put it here, but it was a
Yeah, we
long time
talked-
ago.
Yeah, we talked about Joss Whedon versus Zack Snyder around the time that I think either
Mid-off.
after shortly Zack Snyder's Justice League came out or beforehand.
I think it was coming out around that time when we talked about. I'll try and find that episode and pull it back, but definitely a wild thing to kind of come back to. That's a long time ago, Colin.
That was
like 2 years ago.
So is next week's
whoa,
film
not yet. Hold on. We're not whoa. No, never. We're not including that guy. No. That's not what I'm saying. Next thing, I'm going over some things that I thought was kind of cool. So I posted in our group chat 2 new photos of the calling back from when we did the crossover comic book things, the Justice League versus Godzilla. And those are 2 covers.
Oh, yeah.
It's so cool. And the covers, I'll throw them here, is Superman looking at Godzilla while he's in like that atomic blast buildup, and then Batman in a Godzilla mech suit fighting Godzilla. That's so cool.
So wait,
That's cool.
Godzilla
I think
in a mech
comics are
suit
cool.
fighting Godzilla?
So Batman in a Godzilla mech suit. Like look at that photo I sent you.
Oh,
Like
okay.
the Nightfall suit.
Very much.
Like the one that Gordon was.
Yeah, almost like the one he went to go attack Doomsday with, but Godzilla theme. He's got like spikes coming out of the top of his hands. It's sick. I need to see that in animation. I don't know about y'all.
Give that to the studio that makes all those direct to DVD.
So is the
By the way, they're
Superman
making Watchmen one of those, and there's no way that turns out good.
Animated
What are
Watchmen?
you talking about?
Yeah. The studio that makes all those direct to DVD animated DC movies, they made like
Oh
5
yeah, they're making Watchmen.
making Watchmen, and I don't see any world in where that's good.
Really?
I actually disagree, but I want to see what they're cooking first before I pass judgment, because having a Watchmen
I'm being mean.
adult animated product would be really cool, depending on what you're working on, because there was a Rorschach sequel to Watchmen that was written by Tom King that was actually really incredible. So I have to, it's one of those things where I get where you're coming from, but I just want to see what they're making before, because they did that with Injustice, and I was excited about that, but Injustice was dog.
That was bad.
That was
I didn't finish the
horrible.
movie. I started watching it on wherever it is. I didn't finish it.
I need to see a trailer and know what I am about to watch before I say that Watchmen thing is going to be a piece of.
Yeah, and Cameron being like, I'm just being mean. Shocker. And the sky's blue. Like, Cameron not giving it a chance. But I have no skin in the game. I'm not the biggest Watchmen fan. Colin is a huge Watchmen fan.
I love Watchmen.
And
Yeah,
Cameron
no,
too.
Cameron loves Watchmen too, because I used to like
I forgot about our argument.
Snyder's Watchmen, but also I like a few of his scenes from Watchmen, but not an entire movie. And I believe that some people can come around to realizing that a couple of scenes in a movie doesn't make it a good movie, James. And
Whoa! What are you calling me out for?
Man.
It took you 7 years to realize that Batman versus Superman may not be all that great.
yeah, at least in Batman versus Superman, I have a few scenes out of portions of that movie that I can go back to watch too. What's one scene in that movie? The Welcome to the Jungle, you piece of shit.
Okay, you just need to bring in Thor: Love and Thunder for everything, don't you? We literally had a call this morning. Colin and I were talking this morning. Brought up Thor: Love and Thunder, and also the fact that he bought Cocaine Bear and hated it and never got a refund.
I was too lazy to get a refund.
He bought it, watched it, waited 4 days. He still could have gotten the refund. Told me, never did it.
Yeah, I wasn't happy.
Uh,
I wasn't
I
happy
have
that day.
it.
I wasn't
Own it.
feeling too well,
I own it on
and
physical DVD.
I
It's
bought that
fantastic.
movie. I was excited.
A
I had
Parasite on
hopes. I had
Criterion.
Timeout. Whoa, Colin, what are you saying?
no, Cameron, you go first. I was about to cry.
Cry later. What are you gonna say?
I got Parasite on Criterion today.
There's a Criterion collection of that?
Where is Parasite? It's my first Criterion movie. I'm feeling very fancy.
Ooh, my first. Nope, I don't have one. Never mind. I was gonna say Steelbook.
Right.
That's not the same.
Is that like a special 4K edition? What is that?
It's like a specific
Criterion
one.
collection is it's like vinyls for movie snobs.
Mhm.
It's
Oh.
like
It goes DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, Steelbook, Criterion.
Criterion's real fancy.
It's nice.
Oh,
It's like a different
that's
artwork,
cool.
everything.
Let me go grab it. I'm gonna be
Ooh.
gone for like a second.
Yeah, I'd
See-
like an example.
Well, they added 3 new ones to the Criterion collection this week. They added Pinocchio from Guillermo del Toro. And
Dude, really?
yes, I'm really glad.
Is that available on Amazon?
I don't know. I think they just said they're releasing it like soon. Sorry, this was out 2 days ago. You can go on the Criterion website. Ooh, Colin, look at Cameron. He's got the thing.
I can't see Cameron.
Do you not see the DVD?
No, it just on my screen it's not popping up that Cameron, try talking real quickly and then I can probably see it. There it is. All right, now I see it.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's sick.
The Morse
And is that a
code.
steelbook?
Nah.
It's like plastic.
Comes with
Oh,
two DVDs.
okay.
One of them is in my PS5 right now.
Hmm.
One has the color. One has the black and white. It has a bunch of like really cool, intelligent conversations about the movie and the
Nice.
making of it. It's got a little booklet with an essay about the movie.
Whoa.
Oh, they assign you homework to those DVDs?
Yeah, man.
Cameron said it was something about the Morse code. I think it's the Morse code of the lights, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the the lights are flicking it off. That's what the dots and squares are.
You
That's
know,
what
my neighbor's
Message
light
you sent to
actually,
the kid in the tent.
That's right. Kid in the tent.
my neighbor's lights actually back in Jersey were like flickering like quite a bit while I was walking my dog at night. And ever since I watched Parasite, every time that light started flickering, I just thought to myself, if I knew Morse code, like if only if I knew, that. But anyway, that's really cool. So like the Pinocchio, are you gonna get that one, Cameron?
What's that?
They're coming out with a Pinocchio Criterion.
I saw that. The cover looks beautiful. But I don't know. I already buy a lot of vinyls. I can't get into Criterion as well. I feel like I'm just gonna be broke forever.
How much was the Parasite one?
About 40.
Oh, that's not terrible. Well, actually, also, when I say 40, I hear 40 and I say that's not terrible budget, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm losing my mind over
My
here.
reward for working 19 hours.
Yeah.
I'm losing my mind over here because they are releasing in about a week the Moonage Daydream Criterion Collection. The David Bowie biopic.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, sucks that I don't have money, man. You know how fast I would buy that thing?
Fast.
I'd be the first one in line. I'd be in the store before they opened.
Oh, James, when is our Marvel D&D?
It's literally been here since Monday, and I've been reading it. There is so much to read. It is so much to read. Like, I thought it would be not that complicated. I was severely wrong. So,
And it's the hardcover, right?
yeah, it's a hardcover. I mean, hold on. Let me see if I can. Let me grab it. Hold on. I have it on my laptop stand so I can read it and take notes at the same time. Because let me show you. There we got it.
God. It looks so beautiful.
It's great, truly, and I'm so excited to start, prepping for our Marvel D&D thing. And the thing is that it's very different than D&D. So you don't use like this, the 3 die, the 4 die to say whatever. You have to use like a regular die, but one of them has to be red. So you get 3 regular dies, one of them red, 2 of them white, like the Marvel logo. And there's like, if you roll a 6, and a 6, which is a 6M6, which is then a total of 18. It's called a Fantastic Roll. So many different things. I haven't even gotten to the character profiles yet. So
my camera just got back to Cameron, and he's just literally under his fucking table.
Yeah. So it's a lot to do, but I'm so excited for it. I really am so excited to get ready for our Marvel D&D campaign whenever that gets around. Cameron looks like he's doing his best Kilroy impression and eating wood. Oh, that can't be good for your teeth, man.
No.
By the way, so
has 9% left.
We're gonna make this quick. So Pete Holmes is back as Batman. I'm super excited about that. They did the whole Aquaman bit. Pete Holmes is back. Best Batman.
Was that planned? Because that bit
I don't think it was planned. No, I just think
day as the Aquaman.
No. I saw Pete Holmes make an announcement like a week before I think the Aquaman thing ever did. So he's been wanting to do that.
It's so weird.
It is ironic. And this one is just for Cameron today. On this day in 1976, not the day we're releasing, day of recording, The Muppets premiered.
What do you mean The Muppets premiered?
Well, you know how they had a TV show?
James, have you ever
Muppet show is older than the 90s.
Hold on.
1976.
Hold on, 70s. My bad.
Yeah, 1976. It's been going on for about almost 50 years.
So, James, have you ever been to Gaddy Town?
Gaddy Town, yeah, that's, by the way, been gone for years.
And that horrifies me to hear that now. Yeah. So Gaddy Town, that was where my first Muppets experience was, because they had that movie theater room while you're like, you would go and eat so they had a few movies on repeat, and one of them was that Jackie Chan Spy Next Door movie that they had playing.
I forgot about that movie.
But wow. So how many years has it been since the Muppet?
Almost 50. Just about.
50.
Just about.
47. Math.
Yeah. I did the math, but I just thought, call it, as it is.
We should all do a rewatch of the Muppets Office show.
I'd love that idea. I'm a big fan of the show. As Cameron said, it's biggest supporter. I'm 100% down for that. To keep up so Cameron doesn't lose his computer. WG. So WG updates. Marvel Studios visual effects workers have unanimously voted in favor for unionizing. The first time ever VFX workers have ever unionized in the IATSE, the International Alliance of Theater Stage Employees. Huh? IATSE, thank you. I didn't know they actually pronounce it. But yeah, the IATSE is finally ganging up to do a strike. Boom. Now the animation team needs to come next. Just shut down Hollywood altogether. We are on day, I think, 122.
That's so many days.
Right? I could be 100% wrong, but it's definitely over 115.
Yeah.
Inching over, I think, 122. The Fox Entertainment president, Michael Thorne, says the WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes need to be resolved by the end of this month being September. If scripted shows can return with new episodes in the 2023-24 TV season, major studios can easily resolve the strikes by offering writers and actors the fair deals they deserve and have been so far refusing to do so. They've also been needing to push back movies and keep delaying them for ADR reasons for the actors, so they're not doing anything about that. Frankly, that's a good move. The WGA still going strong. Biggest one, I think, is that hold on real quick. The biggest thing is that the WGA AMPTP are set to meet this Wednesday. So the day this episode comes out, they're going to be reaching a new negotiation time.
Good.
But what is going to be the status of the Sony universe of Marvel characters?
What does that matter?
Venom.
Colin, every movie is being delayed. They're not leaving Marvel. Like, Marvel's not leaving Sony. It's just the VFX workers.
Actually, I hope this lasts 5 years so Sony contractually has to give all of the Spider-Man rights back to Marvel.
Also, we don't have to see Kraven.
Yes. Oh my God. Actually, no, that means I have to watch that trailer a trillion more times before moving.
Give it the Gran Turismo
That is
Gran Turismo
good
treatment.
that you brought that point up because of Craven. Craven is going to be a new Marvel legend.
No, he's not. It's gonna be a Marvel legendary flop. It's gonna be an awful movie.
I don't know.
Absolutely awful.
These two, it'll make more $2 billion.
He's gonna be like, "Ooh, it's Craven time. I'm gonna crave.
I'm craving for a kill." Ha ha.
Yeah.
Something stupid like that.
Craven
and then
for $4 billion.
Yeah, more $1 billion for
$1
Craven.
billion.
Yeah. And then on some good notes, because I like to end it at that, Quinta Bronson, who you know from Abbott Elementary, the writer, creator, and some other casts and producers of Abbott Elementary have launched a strike fund to provide support for their show's production crew until the studios finally pay actors and writers fairly. That's nice. That's a good thing to end on. I think that's a good. Nice.
Solidarity.
Yeah.
Sure.
Why are you saying sure? Why is that a Colin's a scab?
No.
Colin hates the WGA.
Wow, Colin's canceled.
Wow. It was nice knowing you, bud.
Wow.
You have been.
I didn't even get to do anything yet. This is.
Oh, then don't talk.
All right, sorry.
Get on.
We love you.
We
I'm
love you.
sad. I'm sad now, guys.
Be sad later.
I'm
All right.
terrible.
Yeah, you are. Next director, we're inching on a little long here, boys. Next director we are talking about is we're gonna have to wrap up. Next director, what do you guys think it's gonna be? Colin, who do you think?
Dennis
Villeneuve?
2049.
Okay, Dennis Villeneuve. What do you think, Karen?
Agnes Varda.
Wow. Okay. Close. No one. Bong Joon-ho is gonna be our next director.
Parasite?
Well, it's ironic that he actually brought up. That's the second time he's brought up a movie and it lead to the director. First, it's Michael Bay.
That's easy.
So yeah, it's gonna be that. I had that planned for like weeks now, and when he brought up the Parasite thing, I'm like, awesome. So that's gonna be great. So that will have to be roll credits on episode 20 on Tu-Vie Podcast. Sorry, that went a little long. A lot of dog stuff. Dog action. Calm, very dog section. Come on, it's all good. These are the dog days of Tu-Vie Podcast. This is how it rolls. Some days are a little this, a little that. Thank you guys again for watching. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube as well as check it out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, everywhere else you get podcasts. Also, be sure to check us out on TikTok and Instagram. Links will be in the description below. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Adios.